saying stuff that he is interested in, I have the similar interests, and we can engage in conversations that we both get reward from. So if you don't have that in a relationship, it's never going to work. I don't believe that.
Well, then let me ask you this last question. Let us assume for a moment when you met him that half of your face was burned off and your tongue was hanging out of your mouth, but you still had the stellar personality you have today.
No, of course not.
You think he would have dated you?
No, I'm saying you have to have...
I don't think he would have either.
No, that's why I'm saying you have to have both. You can't have one without the other.
I don't know. What I'm saying is that I think one is a higher priority than another. That's what I'm saying.
No, because you know what? I'm not going to look the same in 10 years or 20 years, and everybody ages. But why would you?
He might not be there in 10 years or 20 years.
Yeah, right? But everybody ages. You're not going to stay with one person just based on their appearance when they're 35 or 25. You have to...
Yeah, but I mean, I think that...
are you with your wife?
I think that there's a hierarchy of motivational factors. So if I had to look at the hierarchy of motivational factors, I think that a man who is at his age is going to value in a woman at your age much more the physical intimacy than he is the long walks on the beach. That's just again, my opinion. But
are you married?
I bet you if he was next to you right now, he'd be like, high five. High five, right? He'd go, yeah, you're right. You're totally right, bro.
No, I'm saying it's not only him I've been with. So it's not just based on one relationship I've had. Are you married? What's your relationship status?
Yeah, I'm married.
Okay, so with your wife, do you just value her for her looks?
Well, she's a mother. She's the mother of my children.
Okay, so you value her more than just her looks, obviously.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So
she's the mother of my children.
So
her entire job and duty is to raise my genetic offspring into maturity. That's a super valuable job, right?
Yeah.
Do you have this man's children?
I want to have a child one day.
Yeah, I know, but you don't have it right now, right?
But I'm saying if you chose your wife just based on appearance, you would trust her to raise your children. So obviously there's going to be more to why you're choosing that person.
There's contributing factors. I'm just saying there's a hierarchy which exists.
I told you
keep on kind of presenting this.
There has to be two things. You have to be...
Hang on, chill for a second. You keep on presenting this in a kind of false straw man way where you're saying that I'm saying it's either one or the other. I'm also agreeing with you that there's both in play. There has to be some personality to go with the beauty, ultimately for something long term. I'm not disputing that. What I'm disputing is whether or not they're equal to each other. What I'm disputing is whether or not there isn't a hierarchy here of what it is that is valued before the other thing. And so what I'm saying is that let me put it to you a different way. I think that your man, if he had two buttons he could push and he had to push one, button one, it eliminated this great intellect. Or number two, it made you a massive burn victim who was ugly as sin. Which button do you think he would push?
That's such an irrelevant question because
Answer the question, don't obfuscate, answer.
Yeah, I agree with you, obviously.
Which button? Which button?
You gotta answer the question.
Yeah, he's not going to want me to be a burn victim, but... Same question to you.
Which thing does he value more?
Okay, well, let me ask you just same question to you. If you were with someone who is your wife, right? Very attractive, but she was not the personality you wouldn't want her to raise your children. How is that not equal? You would want someone that's more attractive.
What I'm saying is that there's a hierarchical value which exists, and you just demonstrated it. You agree with me. Hang on, you agree with me.
Because I don't have his children right now.
Why don't you let me answer the question you just asked?
Okay, sorry about that.
So if I ask you there's two buttons, you must push one. Or he must push one. Which one would he push? The elimination of your beauty or the elimination of the long walks on the beach and the talks about metaphysics and the higher intellect? You think he would push the button which would eliminate that rather than the physical beauty? That's showing you here that in a bifurcated, in literally two options, you think that the one that he would push must have some higher value to him than the other.
Yeah, he would definitely push the one where my beauty, for sure. And most other men that I've been with as well. I asked him that.
So that's my only point. So you're agreeing with me that there's a hierarchy of needs when it comes to this.
And I think it's more important if you're with someone and you want them to raise your children, have children with them, it's more important than the looks, because the looks are going to fade very quickly.
I could agree that if you asked me the same question right now, which would be more valuable to you, your wife's physical beauty or her ability to raise your children, if I had the same case for the buttons, I would push the one which eliminated her physical beauty and kept her intellect intact to continue the raising of my genetic offspring. But your answer was different, because you don't have his children. You think he values the hierarchy of your beauty first, then your intellect, and I agree.
No, I know. I was talking about when you first meet someone. When we first met, yes. And for me as well.
It feels like it's changing the goalposts
No.
a little
I'm sorry
bit.
if I'm not changing my opinion at all. When you first meet, when you first date, yes. But when you decide to be with someone and you decide to go further in life with them, then you choose someone not based on the looks.
Right, but if the looks don't come first, then there will be you won't even have the option.
I agree with that, but you can choose not to.
And actually, she demonstrated that with the earlier question I asked. If she was a burn victim but had her same personality, would this guy be dating her right now? Answer, no. If right now he could select between these two things, which would he pick? The beauty would be higher on the hierarchy there as well.
So one final thing from the both of you on this, because I do want to get other people in. So
I'm just saying that once again, I was arguing that it's exactly the same importance. Yeah, you meet someone and you like how they look and you like how they speak to you. For me, at least.
Well.
Why not just be a hookup? Why not he just hook up with her? If it's just about the physical appearance, he chose to be in a committed long-term relationship with her, rather than. You can hook up with somebody and they might be dumber than a box of rocks. You can still hook up with them based on the physical experience.
Actually, I want to challenge this idea that. Because you mentioned intellect, and then you mentioned dumber than a box of rocks. Let's bring in, because we're talking about intellect now, let's bring in personality disposition. So perhaps they're not particularly intelligent, they're dumber than a box of rocks, but they're a good person, they have good morals, they have good values, and they have a pleasant disposition and personality. Versus you can be highly intelligent and be a absolute pain in the ass to be around. You can have a negative world outlook. You could be, name any sort of negative personality trait. You can be intelligent and still have those negative personality traits. So this whole trope of my intelligence, honestly, I kind of would rather just chill with. We don't even have to talk, and I can still like you.
No, I totally
I'd rather
agree.
just watch House of the Dragon.
No, I wasn't. When I was saying that,
we don't gotta talk.
I'm not saying about intelligence. I'm saying more about personality, that you click with somebody else.
Yeah, but the capability to have a conversation, I mean, it was somewhat related to intelligence.
Yeah, but someone is one dumber than a box of rocks. When you have a life issue that everybody has, would you rather go through life and through life's issues with someone who's dumber than a box of rocks?
But this is really weird, because we keep on agreeing with this point over and over, or at least I was. I mean, I keep agreeing with your point. Yes, both are important. Yes, both are important. Yes, both are important. One more time. Yes, both are important.
Equally.
But does that mean equal, though? What's my argument is they're not equal. Not that they're not important, but not
That's
equal.
your argument, and my argument is that equal, and that's it.
All right,
If your argument truly was that they were equal, then when the button scenario came up, whichever one he pushed should have no value merit to him whatsoever, because they're both equal.
No. It's
Sorry,
at a different point.
that was the last word.